Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Well, first question threw off our fax machine. No, there's no fax machine in here. I guess our copier's fax. Anybody still use a fax machine? It's funny when you have to pay for something in Chicago in the state, and they say, yeah, fax in your driver's license picture. I'm like, really?
I don't want to get distracted because I don't know what was on the fax machine, but I also don't understand how fax machines work. That is so before my time.
All of our copiers here can be a fax machine if you want to. You just dial it and send it, but
I barely understand copiers.
Yeah, well, that's something for another show. That's for another show. So it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and Kenzie's out sick today. She was texted us all 1 a.m. and said, like, well, I'm not going to get too detailed on what was going on, but certainly she was not feeling well. So we feel bad. So gave her hey, sleep in, girl, coming tomorrow strong, and getting ready for the lounge tomorrow with Tower Joseph at 21 Pilots, which, by the way, Andrew in North Chicago already checked in. First, that's what that first fax was in from Andrew. Mm-hmm. And he said, where's your driver's license picture you were going to send me? No, he didn't say that. He said, are you doing it again today? Yes, of course we are. So 8 a.m., one of your last chances to get into the lounge with Tower Joseph from 21 Pilots performing live tomorrow right here in the lounge. And I always say this because in case we get a new listener here and there, which we hope we do, we hope you pass on the message of this party to somebody new today or this week, if you like it. You know what I mean? So the lounge holds 60 people, very similar to, of course, MTV Unplugged. It's the most exclusive, unique venue in Chicago, and you'll be there like in Tower Joseph's basement.
60-ish, around there.
Am I giving it too hard of a number there?
I don't know what our capacity is for this one. I know it's going to be very tight. It's going to be very intimate, and I'm stoked. You know, we had great lounges last week with Bad Flower and Rainbow Kid Surprise. This is Tyler Joseph. This is a different ball game.
This is historic because all the years in history of growing with that band, he's never performed in the lounge. All the things he's done, a takeover of the radio station, not him, but actually it was both guys, 21 Pilots together, and then the takeover of the city, Twisted just in 2019, which is one of the best performances I've ever seen of anybody, and they've never done a lounge. So this is going to be great tomorrow. Your chance coming up at 8. Also to remind you, at 7, oh no, we're not done with the elite packages for you. How about Oasis? Floor seats for Soldier Field for Oasis. We announced that yesterday. Only 5 shows in North America and South America, right?
Nope, Mexico City's in North America.
Right, but there's none in South America.
I don't know. I'm focused on the NA, the North America. I'm not concerned with South America's business.
When I heard NA, I heard non-applicable. Like some kind of form I'm filling out. You know, like the, I don't know, any descendants you're worried about? Not applicable right now. Okay, so it's Toronto. It's New York. It's Chicago. It's L.A. It's Mexico City. That's all North America.
Bingo.
Yeah, we're good. South America, I can include them because there's none, and it sounds bigger.
Yeah, so suck on that, South America.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, let's get to a fact that makes your brain go. And this is interesting because I have to kind of dance around this to tease it properly to let you think on this one. So people are taking something that you use every day for enjoyment, and they're dirtying it up, making it more dirty. And I'm not explaining what dirty is right now, okay? But they're dirtying it up, and it makes it 1,000 times better. So can you think of something? Does that explain it enough where you can think on what you think the item might be? Something we use every day, dirtying it up makes it 1,000 times better.
Yeah, have you seen television lately? These people are filthy. These people are, my mind's in the gutter.
Well, listen. That's a you problem that you can't watch, I don't know, Real Housewives without not being able to wear sweatpants. Which, by the way, I'm not judging because I'm with you. However, this is something you do personally to it. So it's not something like, let's say TV's dirtier. It's not that. Or movies or more graphic, whatever. It's not the internet. It's not that kind of thing. It's you manually making something, and I'm not saying dirty meaning pornographic.
Okay.
That's
Like
the
germs.
Well, I'm not going to say any more on that. Just dirtying up something, and you have to think of what dirty is, and you have to think of what the product is, what you use every day, and that's making people 1,000% happier when they're using that product.
Can I take another guess?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm not saying I do this, but I've been on the internet, and this seems like the type of thing that people might do if they're easily influenced by things on the internet. Are people no longer washing their pots and pans and letting them collect crumbs as seasoning so that everything they cook has just been seasoned with the prior thing?
Listen, I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong.
Doesn't that seem like something people would do?
I love, and I'm going to give Case a rare compliment.
Wow.
I
Everybody
love-
buckle up. Grab your recorder real quick. Grab your cassette recorder.
I love how your brain worked on that one. That was really good. And I'm not saying you're right or wrong, okay? I'm not doing that. But I also respect the thought process on that.
Oh, just a dirty cast iron. Why wipe it off? Everything has got to be seasoned from the prior meal. Then it's super seasoning.
This is the same guy that thought leaving crumbs in a microwave add that same kind of seasoning like on the grill, like you season a cast iron to keep the steak flavor in there. Yeah.
Maybe I just don't want to clean anything. Maybe that's my problem.
Could be part of it. I'll tell you what, in 5 minutes, we'll tell you what people are doing to a certain product you use every day, and they're calling it dirtying it up, and it makes it 1,000 times better. And we'll tell you what that is, because maybe you're doing it right now, or maybe when you hear it, you're going to want to do it. So 5 minutes away with that fact.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain go. Now, this was very difficult to dance around to tease this one, but basically it's a product you use every day. And I know you're using it right now, many of you. But when you dirty it up, it gets 1,000 times better. And maybe you already do this. And some people guessed it right on the text line, but a few people guessed jeans, since Abercrombie & Fitch started that back in 2000, dirtying up the jeans.
That makes sense.
I just bought some black jeans from Express, and they were on sale at the Rosemont fashion outlet stores.
Right. You've had a good year.
Oh, listen, the outlet stores are amazing. They were like $110 jeans for like $40.
Wow.
And they're dirtied up. They have little rips. I said to Megan, is this okay? To my wife, I said, does this look all right? Is that a mistake? Should I return it? No, that's the dirtying up of the jeans.
You're going to wear them to the Tyler Joseph Lounge tomorrow?
100%.
Okay, you're going to look very snazzy.
100%. Black button down, black jeans, maybe my Jordans.
My goodness.
Something like that.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
And then someone also guessed, is it dirtying up your car to make your car? Is that a trend I don't know about?
Funny trend.
I don't know. If it is, I'm on brand with that because my car is pretty damn dirty right now.
Oh, real quick, let me throw some mud at your Nissan Rogue, then you'll be trendy.
Oh, damn, it looks good.
That's what I wanted.
So here's what it is. And I'm going to have to say a bad word in explaining what it is. It is a dirty soda. Because here in the Midwest, you see, we say pop. Now, the reason I'm saying this is called a dirty soda, I'm not changing the name of it, is because this came from the show The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I'm familiar.
Have you seen it?
I have seen trailers. I have seen clips. I have admittedly not sat down to watch it. That feels like a step too far.
No.
But I'm very aware of the show.
No, I got to see this after seeing the trailer, and maybe people out there have already seen the show. And it's one more thing for the queue to catch up on. Mm-hmm. But they started doing it in the show. It's called a dirty soda, which means...
Which, by the way, real quick before you explain it, sounds like a sexual fantasy of mine. Knowing my soda intake habits,
yeah,
it sounds like I would want a dirty soda.
And we all know how those Mormons go. All right, so a dirty soda is because they can't do drugs or alcohol, anything. So they take, let's say, a Dr. Pepper, which they love. And
famously.
And all of us might love it. And they pour like coffee creamer in it.
Okay.
And it makes it so much better. They pour anything like a juice or a creamer, syrups, other flavoring into a soda to make it more special even than the soda already is. And so they're saying in the show that it makes it like 1,000 times better, although they say, quote, I'll be dead by the time I'm 50. Because you're adding all that creamer into already a pop. Holy cow. It sounds good. I want to try it.
Well, we can make that happen. That seems very doable.
We have creamer in the cafeteria, and I know I can get a Coke.
Yeah, I've got a Dr. Pepper right here.
Why don't you want to go pour creamer in and see what it tastes like?
I can. We'll do that after the next song. Yeah. Because I'm kind of curious now.
But what if it ruins your Dr. Pepper?
Well, then I'll be mad at you for the rest of the day. It's pretty simple.
Because I'm going to tell people out there something secret. He stole that from someone's desk.
here's what happened, and I feel like I'm justified for this. There's been a can of Dr. Pepper, and you never see cans of Dr. Pepper. That's a bottle drink.
Yeah.
There's been a can of Dr. Pepper just sitting on this. It's not even someone's desk. It's a vacant desk in our office for like 4 days now. And we were walking back to the studio this morning, and I thought, well, time to visit the old doctor. And so I grabbed the can, and I've been sipping on it all morning. It's been great. I didn't steal it from anybody directly.
Okay, so how about the show? You go back there during the song, you pour creamer in it, and then we'll see how it feels, if it tastes better, because these ladies swear by it. And I know it's funny, because I know people that do unusual things to something that's good already to make it way better.
Yeah.
Like I pour extra salt on everything. I pour salt on tortilla chips.
You and the Mormons, one and the same.
They're not, tortilla chips sometimes are not salty enough. I love the El Milagro. They're the best chips around. They're the unbelievable chips, the crunchiness. But I'll still pour a little salt before I dip them in the Herdy salsa. Delicious.
Do you put salt in your salsa?
I don't.
You should.
I'm not a maniac. I'm just pouring salt on chips.
You have some standards.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has done that before or does or heard of this. Now, if you have, please check in at 312-591-8300 because now Jenny, this is an old school reference here. It's a reminder of what on Laverne and Shirley. I remember this. Shirley used to drink milk and Pepsi, so poured milk in the Pepsi. It sounds disgusting.
Milk is not a good drink. I know children need to have it, but it sucks.
Oh, when I want milk, it's the best thing ever.
When's the last time you had milk?
I had Cheerios on Saturday.
No, not with cereal. I'm talking a glass of milk.
I like it with pancakes and waffles.
Ooh, that's nasty.
No, because it helps, get it down. It's just a good mixture in your mouth of waffles and pancakes and milk. And also Oreos, but you have to drink it then after it gets chocolatey with the chunks of Oreos in it.
I don't like that. My brother only drinks white milk and water. He doesn't even like soda. He doesn't like coffee. He doesn't like juice. He only drinks milk and water.
He's going to live forever.
He is, because when he goes to nice restaurants, he always starts with, you guys got milk? Can I have milk? We'll be at like a nice steakhouse, and he's got a glass of white milk with him. It's foul.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let us know if you actually do this dirty soda thing that's kind of trending because of those secret lives of Mormon wives. But Case will go throw some creamer in his Dr. Pepper and taste it, see if it's better or worse. Because I know you're a purist with Dr. Pepper, although you do like all the flavors they come out with.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything special. The factory creates the flavor. I enjoyed the raw Dr. Pepper experience.
What the chef created, how it was intended.
Yeah, send my compliments to the doctor, if you will.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So here's what we got coming up. 19 minutes away, 7 a.m. is your chance today to get floor seats for Oasis at Soldier Field. Their first time since 2008 performing in America, and we announced this yesterday. You can also, by the way, right now, if you want to, you can text BROTHERS to 312-591-8300 for an additional chance to win floor tickets from Q101 and Brian and Kenzie. Brothers, with plural at the end there, brothers, to 312-591-8300. Text that, and we will have those tickets at 7 a.m. Floor seats for Soldier Field. God knows what those are going to go for when it goes on the open market. We're also going to pour one out for two legends, but the fact just a minute ago was dirty sodas becoming popular from the show The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Haven't seen it on Hulu. I got to check that show out.
It sounds like something you'd really like.
Sounds like something I could watch with the sound off. This dirty soda just means because they can't drink alcohol or do drugs, that they are adding creamer to pop. And so Case has a Dr. Pepper, and they call it a dirty soda. It tastes better. It can't be healthy, but they just love it. So you've put, a French vanilla creamer?
Well, I don't know if it's, I don't know what creamer is.
I understand.
And I kind of didn't want to bring it up during the last segment because we had a larger point to make. But I grabbed, it says Nestle Coffee Mate French Vanilla.
It'll do.
I'm assuming it's, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, pour it in.
Okay, all right, it's in the drink.
Your regular Dr. Pepper. Boy, it looks good. It looks like a shake.
It looks like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Take a sip.
All right.
How is it?
The Mormons are right about some stuff. That is an excellent soda.
Is it good?
That is good stuff.
So it's better than regular Dr. Pepper.
Well, hey, I wouldn't go that far. But as a special treat, this is a nice little thing to have on the side.
Is it desserty?
It is. It feels like a dessert soda.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, +1 for the Mormons, baby.
All
Put it on the
right.
board. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, try it this morning and let us know. Put creamer in your soda and let us know. It doesn't have to be Dr. Pepper, though, by the way. It can be, I'd prefer Coke myself.
Put it in a Mountain Dew. See what happens.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds weird.
Stop you in your tracks.
Oh, God, Mountain Dew. All right, so it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And before we move forward, as we do often at this time, it's really sad, but we got to pour one out. Two sports legends. Very sad. We'll start with Pete Rose, the hit king, Charlie Hustle. He died at the age of 83. He was just at a autograph thing last week.
2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
He was there Sunday.
Yeah. So I don't think there was any anticipation this is happening, or this was happening as far as, a long battle of some sort, but no word on the cause of death. He is still Major League Baseball's all-time hits leader with 4,256, most singles, 3,215, career games, 3,562. Career at-bats, 14,053.
A lot of at-bats.
And career plate appearances, 15,890. Not in the Hall of Fame for the famous gambling scandal that hit him, Charlie Hustle. He played from 63 to 86, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
23 years. And he also managed the Reds for a while. That didn't work out. But also
Well, because he was betting on their games. That's why it didn't work out. He just violated the code of conduct. That's the problem.
But hey, today he'd be given a pass.
No, he wouldn't, because he was still not allowed.
But he'd just go on DraftKings and make a bet.
If he was a manager or a player in Major League Baseball, he would not be allowed to do that.
Can you tell me honestly, do you think these players today are not using a friend to bet on DraftKings for them for games?
I think they probably are, and I think if they're caught, they should be banned from baseball.
Yeah, he was. He was bad. He's also not in the Hall of Fame because of all this. 17-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champ. That's his legacy. We like to call that a complicated legacy.
Sort of an O.J. Simpson type.
Yeah, very complicated. I mean, O.J., murderer, but funny.
Pete Rose, good baseball player, not funny.
Not funny.
Not a lot of chuckles and tee-hees from Pete Rose.
Well, it may have cost Reds fans money. They were gambling with bookies on the street somewhere, and he was throwing games, possibly. Nothing was ever proven as far as betting on his own team to win or to lose, so he would throw a game.
Yes. Now, the lawyer that is the one that ended up busting Pete Rose, John M. Dowd, has always believed that Pete Rose was betting against the Reds. He's just never been able to find definitive proof. There's also the fact that Pete Rose in 1985, as he was chasing Ty Cobb's hit streak, which he ended up breaking, hit record rather, he corked his bat. There's a lot of evidence that proves that maybe he was cheating. It's a very complicated legacy.
Complicated legacy.
The rules as they were in 1989, and I don't know what they are now, is. If the rules were in Major League Baseball, if you were caught gambling on another team, you would have a 1-year suspension. If you were caught gambling on your own team, whether it was for or against, you would face a lifetime suspension.
Right.
That's what happened. And,
that's what he got.
So
cork in a bat, you saw the top off, you shove cork, you drill it out, you put cork in there so it's spongier, so when the ball hits it, it flies farther.
Yes, and he was a weirdo with bats anyways, because he was a switch hitter, so he would sand down both sides of the bat at different times to try to get different results. And again, no one will ever deny that he wasn't a great baseball player or that he didn't hustle, because everybody loves to talk about how Pete Rose hustled. I heard you. I got it.
Yeah.
He plowed into Ray Fosse at an All-Star game. I know he hustled.
Listen, you want a good time. You go into the corner bar in whatever city you live in and bring up Pete Rose to the oldest white guy at the bar, and you're gonna wind somebody up. And just sit there, get your beer, and get some popcorn.
Get comfy.
Relax. It's as awesome as teeing somebody up on the Jordan-LeBron debate, and you will get some awesome nuggets and some great times with that man, just winding him up about Pete Rose. So
no one has ever said he wasn't a phenomenal baseball player. That's never the argument, and that's always what the Pete Rose defenders go back to. Is a hits leader. I know.
Yeah.
He's also a cheater.
Well, here's our girl Allie, regular crew member, love her to death.
Love her to death. She's the best.
And she says, "Case, you're upsetting me right now."
I understand that. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear.
Well, here's the thing: we're all about facts here. We're journalists here, okay?
Famously.
Famously. So we have to bring up both sides of the confusing legacy.
Yeah, we're in the no spin zone here.
Yes.
All right, both sides going to stand.
The complicated legacy. It's sad that he's gone, of course, and he was, like Kay said, you can't deny his awesomeness on the field of baseball.
Very much so.
A couple complicated things out. Now, someone also, this is really sad to pour one out because he was young and also a legend, and no complications here at all. A great man and did incredible things for the sport of basketball. Dikembe Mutombo has passed away. Shocking, because he kept this quiet. He was fighting brain cancer. He died at 58, 7'2", 260. Whenever I hear Dikembe Mutombo, all I think of, and I'm not going to play the line because it's too quick in the movie, in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, when they're taking pictures, when he's taking pictures with his girlfriend, and the cameraman yells, "Hey, Mutombo, get out of the picture." Because that's how I feel my whole life. I feel like Dikembe Mutombo in every picture because I tower. Just last weekend, I was lucky enough to meet Lou Holtz of Notre Dame, and he's 87 years old. He's probably 5 feet tall, and I'm 6'4" and 1/4, and I look 7'4" and 1/4 in the picture. I look like Dikembe Mutombo.
You do. By all accounts, what a sweetheart, and nobody knew that he had brain cancer. It was devastating to read that yesterday. That came out right after the show ended.
And you don't have to be a sports fan to remember his commercials, his Geico commercials.
Yeah.
Not in my house. Oh, so good.
All right, that's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house.
Jimmy, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
Happier than Dikembe Mutombo blocking a shot.
He goes in the aisle of the grocery store and the kid puts Cheerios in there and he smacks them away. God, he was funny.
He was just a great guy.
And it's really sad. I really hit me yesterday. He was also a legendary episode. Well, first off, let's do this. On Jimmy Kimmel, he read a mean tweet.
Yes.
And it was so funny about his own voice, of course.
If anything ever happens to the guy that does the voice of Cookie Monster, I can sleep at night knowing we have Dikembe Mutombo as a backup.
Like what a wild voice he had.
Do you think it was like president and vice president where they're not allowed to be, the guy that voices Cookie Monster and Dikembe weren't allowed to be in the same place at the same time?
I hope the guy that voiced Cookie Monster is pouring one out for him today.
I hope
like
so
we
too.
are.
Absolutely.
Finally, here was Dikembe Mutombo on Conan O'Brien, a legendary, very funny episode.
Yeah, they were talking about how much they both love the Three Stooges, which I would not have expected Dikembe Mutombo to be a big fan, but Conan tries to talk him into doing a Curly impression.
Who was your favorite of the Stooges? Curly? Did you like Curly?
I did like her.
Now, it must be hard for you because I liked Curly when I was a kid, but I have a voice that enabled me to do Curly, like, certainly. That would be... Well, I just did it. That was it. Man. Talk about in your face. Do you do a Curly impression?
I don't know. You want me to try?
Yeah, well, your voice is so deep. I want to hear you do Curly. Try, just say certainly. Wait a minute.
What was that?
Andy almost gave you the Heimlich there. I thought this might happen, so we have some helium here. I'll give you this, and then just say certainly. All right? Or nyuk, 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 whichever you prefer. You're well over 6 feet taller than me. I'm not going to quibble and quabble. Here we go. You have to suck it all in. You understand?
Oh, my God. Good job in finding that episode. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was really fun, wasn't it?
So Dikembe Mutombo, of course, played for the Nuggets, the Hawks, and the Sixers. My wife is from Philadelphia, and his kids went to her school.
Oh, fun.
Her grade school. And she was really upset yesterday when she heard about this news. So there you go, pouring one out this morning after a busy day yesterday with Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Chris Christopherson.
I mean, total legend, and the woman from Harry Potter, the guy who was the cop in Beverly Hills Cop.
All the legends.
And also Midnight Run, which is an unrated movie. Just a lot of deaths in the last couple days. So, hey, live Moss today.
Hug your loved ones tight, live Moss, baby.
That's right. Let's get to Gil Curtis with your headlines. But a quick reminder, we are 9 minutes away from Oasis tickets. Floor seats for Soldier Field. You will be there. 7 a.m.
This is not headline news. The vice presidential debate is being held tonight in the same studio once used by Captain Kangaroo, which is appropriate since Tim Walz looks like someone who hosts a kid show with puppets, and J.D. Vance might turn it into an excuse to accuse Haitians of eating kangaroos. Diddy's people say he has a positive attitude. Yes, he always looks at the bottle of baby oil as half full. According to a new study, car thieves are far less likely to steal electric vehicles. Turns out even criminals don't want to be seen in a Cybertruck. And Zach Galifianakis turns 55 today. 55 also being the number of vowels in his name. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.